so much for joining me on my radio podcast. This is Deborah the Judge radio podcast, all the way from Putnam County, Florida, in the northern central section of Florida. Yes, and it is a very, very rainy day. I just finished my walk this morning, and I am in my fourth week, 4.5 weeks now that I have been walking every day to try to get ready for the summer. But anyway, for those who are new to the podcast, please understand that this is an opinionated podcast, okay? It's an opinionated podcast for entertainment purposes only. I got my opinion and you got yours, okay? A little bit of history about me is that I am retired registered nurse. Used to work as a nurse investigator for the federal government. Um, I did comedy for a number of years, stand-up comedy, as well as sold insurance. Um, I was in the military. I am a Desert Storm veteran. Yes, I am. And I'm a veteran of a foreign war as well. I'm a mother, a grandmother, an auntie. There's a lot of other shit too that I just can't name right now. But anyway, so let me just talk about two topics that I thought was very interesting. So you guys know that when I look up stuff, I like to dig for shit to see what is going on in a deeper sense. So I wanted to talk about the Trump appeal. So you guys know that Judge McAfee has granted the Trump team the right to appeal. Now that doesn't mean that the trial is not going to continue. Okay, they can continue. Fannie Mae is going to continue with the trial. Okay, but the appeal is something that they're getting ready to file. So I thought they were going to try to file the appeal today, but I haven't heard anything as of noon today. Okay, so maybe this evening they may file it before the end of the evening, or they'll probably maybe Monday. I don't know, maybe the weekend. You never know. Okay, but kudos to that Trump team. But I want to do a little bit of digging because I want to see what's going on with this appellate court. Okay, down in Georgia. So a little research, and what I found out was that this appellate court is really considered the 11th Circuit Court there in Georgia, okay, the appellate court. Now, on this court, they have a total of like 15 judges, 12 to 15 judges, something to that effect, right? How about, this is what I tell you about Trump is a mastermind. How about this appellate court? These judges, even though a few of them were elected, the majority of these judges were appointed by conservative Republican governors. How about that? How about that shit? So the appellate court that's going to look at this. Hopefully, they're going to look at this. These are conservative appointed judges. Now, even though they say nonpartisan, which means that they're not looking at either party, even though they was appointed by, let's say, Governor Deal, who's a conservative Republican, Governor Perdue, Governor Kemp, and there was only one actually that was appointed by Governor Barnes, who is a Democrat. Okay, but majority of 90-something% of these judges were appointed by a conservative or Republican governor. Now, what's interesting about all of this is that while all the time where people was looking at Trump and what he was doing, this man was making a lot of important moves by filling in all of these positions around the country with judges. He was filling a lot of these different positions around the country with judges on these different courts in these different states, okay? So that's one thing that he did was such a mastermind. So I know people were just looking at the Supreme Court, him supporting putting Brett Kavanaugh and Amy in there. Okay. The people just really looking at that. But not only was Trump doing that, but he was also filling in those other lower positions with appointed Republicans. He's on the money, honey. So yeah, so I'm looking at the appellate court, and I'm looking at the people who are serving these different positions, and the chief, I think her name is Amy. I think Amy. It starts with an A, but she is a conservative, and she was appointed by a conservative governor. So now we got all these conservative judges that were appointed by conservative governors who is going to look at the appeal of the Fani Willis case. How ironic is that shit? Now, Governor Barnes, who was Democrat, he only when I looked at it, he only appointed really one of these judges that's on this Georgia appellate court system. So, honey, it's getting ready to be really something else, really something else. And I'm excited to see how this stuff pans out. And I'm not going to be on very long today, but I just wanted to come and give you that information. And of course, I did a lot of homework, as far as who these judges were. A lot of these judges, of course, were from Georgia. They went to school in Georgia, whether it was Georgia, uh, um, not Georgia State or Georgia Tech, wherever the Bulldogs are. Okay. So they did a lot of judges some of these judges went to Emory, my alma mater, okay? But a lot of these judges were here in Georgia, and they went to school in Georgia. They was raised in Georgia, okay? So this is going to be so interesting. I'm so excited about to see how this shit going to pan out. See, it's never what people think is going to happen. It's always something that every time the liberals try to do some shit, right? Every time, it always ends up some sort of way where there's a block being put in the way of what they're trying to do. See, evil has never profited. Evil will never prevail. It seems like the evil people always win, right? Seems like the criminals always win. And it seems like all of this, is coming to a bad civil war. And I'm going to talk about that, what's going on in Chicago, okay? But anyway, so here we are. More ammunition for Trump. Now, of course, people looking at, Trump as far as him coming up with this money. He did meet with Elon Musk, but he didn't ask Elon Musk for any money. But you would think that if Elon Musk is got all this damn money that he got, you don't think that he would try to help Trump? So now you get a chance to really see the alliances of people when they say they support certain people and they support things. Now you get a chance to see all those donors and stuff who say they support Trump. You'll get a chance to see now who is really donating, who is going to help. Because I do know that there's a certain amount of information, not information, but there's a certain amount of money that you can donate to a campaign of a president. But them donating money to his legal defense fund or to help with this particular onset of almost $500 million on the civil settlement is something completely different. So we are going to see of all those people and donors who always talking about they supportive of Trump, this and that, all them actors who say they support Trump, this and that. We're going to see if they're really going to support him like they say. Because see, money talk and bullshit walks. That's how you know who your real friends are, is when you find yourself in a real crisis. Are they really going to be there? Or are they just sitting back waiting for your ass to fall? Okay? But I think with Trump right now, he's headed toward a great place with the appellate court in Georgia because most of these are conservative. Yes, they are. When I talk about the migrant crisis in Chicago, it is getting totally out of hand. It's been reported now that a lot of these migrants are trying to rob people. And what's happening is the people are turning on these migrants, of course, that's trying to rob them. They ain't trying to call the police. They just beating them down themselves because they're tired. I've seen 2 incidents over the last 2 days. One was in New York and one was in Chicago, where these illegal aliens tried to rob a citizen. One was a black female, and I think one was a white female, and I think her husband or whatever or friend. They literally grabbed the illegals and beat their asses down, kicked them. I mean, they was fiercely getting them. But they're sending a message. They just didn't grab their purse back or whatever. They actually stomped these people with a vengeance because they're not playing. And they kept hitting them, and they kept beating them, and they kept kicking them. But they're sending a message, and I don't take this video down because you know how they are, YouTube and stuff. But they let all of this stuff roll with all this twerking and booty shaking and men trying to beat women. They let all that go, okay? And all these men trying to read to little kids. See, they let that kind of shit go. But let me say something about turning against these illegal immigrants, aliens. Then all of a sudden they want to ban you. Oh, we're banning this because this is against our community guidelines. Okay. But it's already on the news. I am just giving my opinion. This is an opinionated podcast of what I think is happening. And the people are just like at it. When I say that this white chick and the dude was beating this guy's ass, they was beating his ass literally. And they kept kicking, punching, throwing him down. And just when you thought they was going to stop, they lit it to his ass again and just kept going. And just when you thought they were going to stop again, they lit it to his ass again. I wouldn't be surprised if he has dementia, where they kicked him in his head. He got dementia like Joe Biden. Can't remember shit. Be stuttering. Okay, after they beat his ass. But Americans are tired. They're tired of companies like Tyson firing people and hiring illegal immigrants. They're tired. Okay, so that's that. Then I want to talk about my last thing is the governor of all times, DeSantos. This governor is something else. Now, people can say what they want to say because he didn't support the critical race theory of schools. And, he is supporting African-American education. But they're looking at it because they want to make sure that whatever they put in there is not going to trigger people to want to do some things that's going to harm other people. Basically. And I know they're scared of Nat Turner and shit because he killed all the white people and shit, right? They don't want to put his ass in there. But we know about Nat Turner. You can't hide those kind of things. It's just deciding on how you going to put it, how you going to incorporate it without citing a fear or problem. Because remember, these little kids or these little white kids or Spanish kids, whatever, they don't know nothing about that shit. They're learning, but they don't know nothing about that. So when you're teaching kids certain things, it makes them feel bad about what's going on. It makes them feel really, really bad. But at the end of the day, we know you can't hide history. History has to be taught so it won't repeat itself. Okay? So let's get back to Governor DeSantos. Governor DeSantos, honey, has sent planes over to Haiti to pick up Floridians. Okay, this is the second plane over the last week or so that they sent. They sending their planes on to get people from Florida, honey. He looking out for his Floridians, us Floridians. He is looking out for his people. I bet you ain't seen nobody in no other states sending planes over there to get their state people. In fact, when you even look at Biden went over there. I think Biden sent a plane over there, but that was not to pick up Americans. That was just to pick up the political figures. Okay, just to pick up the political people that work in the council. Okay, the embassy. But they're not the only important people. All Americans are important that are over there, that are stuck over there. Some over there with teaching, some over there is doing rescue work and a lot of different things, okay? That's why they're there. But DeSantis sending some planes. You see how he figure out shit? He just does shit. Ain't making no excuses. He just sending planes over there. So we don't care nothing about that. We getting our Floridians out of there. and they landed some. Got 300 of them so far, okay, and sending some more. I think this weekend over there as well. Now I'm not sure who has the contract or whatever, but one of the senators that's not the senators, the congressman who's here in Florida is a part of this project in getting the Floridians back home here to Florida. This is the same governor that sent planes to Texas to help Texas uh, pick up migrants and take them to Margaret's Vineyard, take them up there to Bernie Sanders' place, take them up to where Hillary lived. See, this is the thing. When you talk about illegal immigrants, well, when illegal immigrants come in, you volunteer to take care of them. Let them stay with you. How about that? So that's why Chicago right now is in a total uproar. They're in a total uproar now. They're so past it that, I mean, they don't show you. They got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people now that are standing strong against what's going on. See, the problem with you guys in Chicago is that y'all shouldn't have fucking voted Democrat. That's what your ass get. You voted Democrat, and this is the result of that shit. But you hated Donald Trump so bad. Oh, we just hate Donald Trump. He's such a racist. Now look at this shit that you're getting. And whose fault is it? It's your damn fault. Because you're the ones that did that. Now, I'm not saying everybody, because everybody didn't vote for the liberals, didn't vote for Brandon, okay, the mayor. Everybody didn't do it, okay? So it's not everybody's fault. But what I'm saying is this is what you get. And what's happening in Chicago is going to happen all over. Because they continue to let these immigrants in. They continue to do it. They got to go somewhere. You think they're going to continue to let these people are going to continue to stay in these camps? No, they're going to break loose with these camps in a minute. They stand there for right now, until they kind of get their feet wet, but they're going to incorporate themselves in all these other different cities to try to filter into society. That's what they're going to try to do. Because they're tired of them camps. They don't want it. They don't even want to eat the food. They ungrateful motherfuckers. They feeding them and shit. They ungrateful as hell. And they taking the food and throwing the food out because we don't eat this. We don't eat this. Look, you're a refugee. You better be thankful for what the fuck you get. We don't eat this shit. I'm like, I can't believe it. And they're throwing all that food away. And then you got homeless people who are in these areas and stuff that ain't got food. And here in Florida, as I told you before, they got a meth problem, a real meth problem here. And that's something, too, that I think Governor DeSantos is dealing with that. But it's so much is on his plate. But I think that's another thing that they're going to have to figure out how they're going to deal with this meth problem here in Florida. Now, the gators are still out here. They doing their thing and shit. I haven't seen any gators in my lake lately. But I know there's a huge one out there. Look like he about at least I would say 8 feet at least. Big ass stomach. And then there's one about 5 feet. So I'm paying attention to the waters and stuff like that. I'm not getting too close or anything like that. But I've been watching the waters a lot because the alligators are some smart motherfuckers. They slick as hell. All they do is come up, and all you see is them two little eyes come up. And then they'll dip it back down. And they see something that they want, like a bird that be on the edge, like a lot of geese and shit. They be hanging out. Bird sanctuary. They ease their head up out the water a little bit, and you see them two little eyes. And at night, believe it or not, you can flash the lights at the alligator eyes, and they're red. They're red. So a lot of times, if I take the flashlight, bright light, and I flash it out to the water, way out in the water, you can see them red eyes. Okay. So anyway, as I told you guys before, yes, the appellate court that Trump is going to have to take the Fani Willis case to is a conservative appeals court. And that is going to be a plus. Now, as I did some more little research, I found out that it's usually going to take about between 6 to 2 years, actually, to go and finish these appeals. That's how long they take. But of course, Fani is going to be trying to hurry up and get a trial date. But one thing about this is an order to this shit. Okay? There's an order to it. So once the docket goes in, The courts have to do the trials according to the dockets. You can't just put one thing ahead of something else. In other words, you have a lot of murder trials in Georgia, and you can't just beef up Trump's trial and put Trump right in the front. And you got all these other dockets that come before Trump. They got to do that shit in order. That's a part of the Georgia state law of how it should be done. There was something else I meant to tell y'all too. Oh, with the appellate court, this is how they do it, okay? So once they appeal and put the paperwork in, they have a panel of what they call 3 judges. So there'll be 3 judges that will be assigned to this Trump case. And these 3 judges, of course, then they're the ones that will actually look at this whole deal. Now, once the appellate court has made their decision, that's it. It doesn't go any further than that. It ain't going nowhere else. It ain't going to the Supreme. No, that's it. Once they make that decision, then that's the decision that it is. And these appellate court judges, the majority, 90% plus, is Republican. So that's going to be interesting. But anyway, I'm getting ready to get out of here. And I hope you guys have a great day. I am just so tired of walking, but I'm trying to get in shape for the summer. So y'all hang in there, have a great weekend. Remember, this is the time to start exercising. Don't be lazy. Get your ass off the couch. I know a lot of you guys got a lot of stuff that's going on in your life, and you may not have a chance to do some improvement. But this is a great time to make an improvement in your life. If you find yourself being bored, that's one of the reasons that I start exercising. I wanted to be healthy, but I find myself having idle time. And when you have idle time, idleness will get your ass in trouble because now you all in your head. But when you put your idle time to something constructive, like for me, walking, as I'm walking, I can listen to some music and shit. That kind of makes my walking a little bit easier. I won't be stuck in front of YouTube or stuck in front of the TV looking at all this um, stuff that's going on here in America that will just make you just want to scream when you see the shit that's happening. It just makes you sometimes want to scream. So you have to kind of pull yourself back from that. Put yourself also with friends. If you don't have any friends, sometimes you need to get in a relationship. And I went online, what was it, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, on a dating site, right? So I'm going to go on a dating site because in about another month or so, 2 months, I might start, going out, accepting some dates. Of course, I'll be very careful and stuff like that, and get to know people. And I don't want people coming to your house. You don't want to giving people personal information about you as well, because you don't know who these people are. It could be some illegal immigrants, okay, trying to hook up with you and shit, trying to get citizenship. Okay, so you have to be just really careful about people that you meet online. There's a lot of pedophilia that goes online. There's a lot of people that's robbing people online. And being an older person, what I see a lot is a lot of older people. Most of them, a lot of old white women, some black, but most of them are old white women who get online and then they get hooked up with these younger men. And these younger men, of course, they're looking for a sugar mama. I ain't finna be no sugar mama. So if you think you're gonna sugar mama me, you in bad shape. Okay, you come to me, I'm finna teach you. I'm finna send you. I'm gonna teach you. I'm gonna send your ass to school. Okay, young people, young dudes, you want to come over here with the sugar daddy shit, sugar mama shit? I'm finna school your ass. Okay, you'll leave me and you won't have a dime. You won't have any damn money when I get through with your ass. If you trying to come to me with that bullshit, okay? Because it ain't what you see, it's what you don't see that fucks you up. It ain't what you know, it's what you don't know when you need to know something that'll screw you up. So you guys pay attention to that. So I stay in my lane, okay? And I know there's a lot of women my age who like younger men. I don't really care too much for younger men. And I know they say that age is just a number. Yeah, it is. Okay. It is. It is. I get that. And I know at certain times in people's life, especially when you get to be this age, everybody dying. All my friends are dying. So sometimes you have to go downwards because there ain't nobody upward that you can talk to. All the men who were like in the 70s and 60s and stuff like that, half of these motherfuckers sick and shit. I ain't trying to take care of no sick ass motherfucker. I was a registered nurse for 40, 30 something years. Took care of people all my damn life. You think I want to be taking care of somebody now? Oh, hell no. Mm-mm. Now, it's different if we're together and he should get sick. But going into the relationship, he's sick. Mm-mm. No, thank you. Mm-mm. Not going to do it. 'Cause everybody around here got diabetes, heart congestion problems, all that kind of shit. But there's a few that took care of themselves. Some military men, older men, retired, whatever. They still kind of work out a little bit, take care of themselves and stuff like that. And the other thing too, I'm finding out with these little dating sites and stuff, fellas, the first thing that the fellas do, what they do, I want to lick you down. I'm like, bitch, get away from me with your nasty ass. If that's the first thing that you say to a woman, I want to lick you down. You be like, who else is you licking down with your nasty ass? Certain things are just private shit you shouldn't be discussing on the first conversation with somebody. But I guess they think that women are desperate, and some women are. You know, they just want to have a man. And I'm being honest. Don't get mad at me because I said it. Women, a lot of women take a lot of shit because they just want to be with a man. And I understand you don't want to be by yourself. I get it. You know, but why be with somebody who's gonna mistreat you? And it just not. It doesn't just go for women. Go for men too. And men are really gonna have an even harder time with all these illegal immigrants. You know why? Because all these illegal immigrants coming in, most of them are men, ladies. Now that's the positive part of this. So that's the positive part of illegal immigrant aliens coming in. Majority of these people that are coming in are males. And in the black community, there's been a shortage of men because a lot of black men date outside their race now. A lot of them deal with white women now, okay? And a lot of men have been emasculated into this gay society. So there's not a whole lot of black men per se, if that's your cup of tea. But now you got all these illegals coming in, men mostly. So women, it's going to be interesting to see how, black women deal with this shit. So there's a twofold situation that, nobody is talking about. So if black women look at the Haitian and Haitian is like, I just want to work. I just want to work. Okay. And she got mouths and shit to feed. She'd be like, oh, you just want to work. You just need a place to stay. Is that all you want? You don't think she gonna fuck with him? She finna fuck with him. She finna fuck with it, get her coins right. And she's gonna become very demanding. She's gonna be becoming very demanding. And all the women, to be honest with you, not just black women, but I'm saying white women too, they ain't got nobody. Cause they gonna fuck with him real quick. Cause they ain't, white women and shit, they love black men and shit. And I ain't mad, I love black men too. I get you, my other white sisters. I get you. I get you. Okay. So these Haitians and shit, these black Haitians are coming in. I know people are saying, we gotta get them out. But guess what? Undercover, undercover, these Haitian men gonna hook up with these women, whether they black women or white women. They're gonna hook up with these white women, believe that. Because a lot of them, especially here in Florida, they ain't got no husband. Their husbands is dead and they still partying. They got the little money because they living off of their husband's pension, social security. They got money to spend and shit. Like these bitches around here, these white bitches around here, they going every damn where. Every time you turn around, they out to dinner every damn day. I'm like, where the fuck they get all this money from? And I could too, but I'm on some more bullshit, trying to get my trailer up and running, which is almost completed. I already told you I put the backsplash in. For those who have been following me, I bought a demolished trailer here in Florida, paid cash for it, moved and sold my home in the Atlanta area because I didn't want to have a mortgage anymore. And being retired at my age, I didn't want to pay no mortgage. I just didn't want to fucking do it. You paying a mortgage of 1,200, 1,500 or whatever to live, and then the high ass insurance that goes with it. I'm like, hell no. For what? I ain't trying to impress nobody. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on. So I said, I'm gonna move to Florida. Found me a little nice property on the lake, and bought me a demolished trailer and started rehabbing it. And I'm at a point 2.5 years now. I'm just about done. So I got to the end of this month, and I'll be done no later than April. I would say no later than April 15th. I would have completed everything that I wanted to do to this trailer, which means now I can get out and, like I said, get on the website and meet people. I've already met quite a few guys on the website and stuff. I put my name on there and shit. It's like 100 damn people. I was like, damn, where are you men coming from? Like 100. So I had to go through, and look and see which ones is American. Because some of them, they'll come in from different places like Africa, like you said, Haiti. They'll get online shit too. Once they really uh, get filtered into the system, like those people that's in those homeless shelters and shit, they need to get on these dating sites. Wink, wink. Okay, that's how they get a hookup. That's how they get them a woman to hook up with. Okay, better than I guess they say better than living in a shelter. I mean, if I was a homeless, illegal immigrant, that's what I would do. I would get on a dating site. Okay, have my American pen and shit on, American flag pen. Yeah. Okay, I would have that translated in English. I had me somebody, right? But I met quite a few, and most of them, are very young. So I didn't even respond to any of them. If they were younger than 55, I just automatically delete, 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 delete. So that left me with about 20 that was left. And then there's one white guy, he got mad at me. He got mad because he corresponded and he was like, "Oh, I love you. I love the beautiful picture. You look really nice." And wait a minute. I took the picture with my teeth, the picture that I had with my teeth in. If he was to see me now with no teeth, I'm not. But anyway, so I had my teeth in, had my hair and shit done, had my makeup and shit on, looking really cute, right? He said, "I like your picture, whatever. I just want to know if we can get together." And this is when he said, "I want to know if I could lick you down." I was like, "You done fucked this shit up." It's a white guy. Like, you just fucked it up. I said, "You just fucked this whole little thing up. I was going to talk to your ass, right? Till you start putting the sex shit in there. That comes later. Okay, it comes later. Grown people gonna do what grown people do, right? We all sex people at the end of the day. You gotta call it like you see it. But anyway, so he says, why have you not responded back? I said, I have responded. I said, but it seems to me that the only thing that's on your mind is sex. I said, and you don't even know anything, even though when you go on these sites, you tell a little bit about who you are, what you do, what your history is. You don't tell too much, but you tell a certain amount of information. And he says, well, I'm not that really far from you. I like to eat you up today. I'm like, damn, here you go with that bullshit. So I just put his ass on pause. I said, I'm not going to be bothered with him because I see where he's headed, right? And I don't know why men always think that because when you tell them something like that, that's going to get you super excited. It doesn't. It does for some women who ain't had no man, but I ain't hard up for no man. I could easily get a man. That ain't even an issue. Never been an issue for me, even at my old ass age. It has never been an issue because I grew up with men in my life. I have 11 brothers and 2 sisters. So I and a daddy. So I grew up around men. And I know all the games that men play. So I see that shit even before it comes. So yes, I'll talk to you guys about that a little bit later, how this particular, site is and the people that I'm meeting. Some fine couple of brothers and stuff that's on there that I got contacted with, etc. So of course I'm deleting people that's not in the location that I am. If they're not in Florida, delete their ass out, delete their ass out. So it went from 20 to about 14. And then after deleting out, then I look to see, their financial status, to see, what they did in their life, or are they taking care of themselves? Because I ain't trying to take care of no motherfucker. To see how they taking care of themselves. If they usually say they retired military, that means they got some kind of pension coming in, or they're a retired teacher, or they this or that, or blah blah blah. You know, I ain't trying to marry no rapper. a 50-year-old rapper. Ah, just too funny. Oh, speaking of rappers, Flavor Flav. Y'all remember Flavor Flav? Flavor Flav was like 63 or something, 64. He's going back to get his high school diploma. Yay. Okay. Isn't that something that's really nice of him, to want to do that. Okay. So that kind of decreases it down when you look at the financial status to see what they did, to know that they, not that you're trying to get their money, but you just want to make sure you can keep your money at this age. Now, if I was much younger and had children, my thought process might be a little bit different at the end of the day. Okay. But for an older person, when you settle like me, you should have your own shit. Okay. As I told you, you should have your own stuff by the time you reach retirement age. You should be pretty much settled. If you at this age and you struggling a whole lot, then maybe you didn't do your finances the way you should have. Maybe you mismanaged, or it could be other things too. Like health sometimes can take up all your bills. But me being in the healthcare field, I learned a lot of ways how people should not be getting these healthcare bills, but they don't know how to deal with the system. That's why I like Trump, because people say Trump, he didn't pay his taxes. No, he knew how to file. He knew the loopholes. So you getting mad because somebody had some additional knowledge on how to do some shit, and now you mad because they didn't pay taxes? He paid taxes, but he understood the law. And as long as you're following the law and you're doing it the legality way, and you're not hurting anybody else doing it, you can learn how to handle your business at a better perspective, and you don't spend as much on people that don't know. So don't get mad at me because I know something that you don't know, and I'm applying what I know to my life. Just like doing rehab. When I do rehab and stuff like that, I have my neighbor say, "How did you do that? How could you do that?" I could do it because I studied it first. So anything that you go into, or anything that you're trying to do, you got to study what you do before you go into it, because you don't have money and time to waste on bullshit. It needs to be on point. A good example is I had a leak in the trailer. Okay, there was a leak that was in the trailer, and I know that I'm not ready to put a new roof on, but eventually I will, probably next year, because it does need a new roof. So my neighbor next door, she comes over and she said, "Oh, you're gonna have to get somebody to get up there, because they have these things called tarps, and tarps are things that you can put over the roof that will stop the leak, and then you can pull it over, the roof, right?" So she says, "How you gonna be?" And her son was there too, and they looking. Tell me, "I don't know how you gonna get up there on the ladder and get that over on the others. How you gonna do that? How you gonna get up?" And I'm saying to myself, these people are just so limited in thought processes, knowing that there's more than one way to skin a damn cat. It's more than one way to do it. And let me tell you what I did. So the tarp, if you know familiar with a tarp has little holes on the edges of the tarp. So I took a rope and I stuck it down the little hole on the edge of the tarp. So I laid the tarp out across the side of the trailer. Now the rope that was getting ready that was on the tarp, it was a long, long rope, strong rope, and I tied it on a heavy piece of wood and I wrapped it around the wood. Then I took that heavy piece of wood with the rope that was attached to the tarp. I took it and I threw it over the roof. And so now you got this wood with rope attached to the tarp that's on the other side of the trailer. So now I go to the other side of the trailer and I pull the rope, which is pulling the tarp up over the top of the trailer's roof. So that's how I got the trailer, that's how I got the tarp over the roof. So when they saw it, it was like, and that's why I tell you is that sometimes you could foresee something in your life, And other people may not be able to see what you see. So you can't let them distract you or discourage you because they don't know your vision. They don't know your vision. They don't know what it is that you got in your mind. They don't know what God has given you to do. They don't know that. And for me, that's always kind of been the same thing, as far as like doing repairs and stuff in my home, laying the floor. How you gonna do that? All this kind of stuff. How you gonna get prayer and perseverance, and just damn do it. They don't know, like out here walking every day. They don't know that, oh, this bitch is walking every day. No, I'm walking. When I say I'm walking every day, I'm walking every day. So I've been walking every day, not 3 times a week, every damn day, about 2 miles every damn day in the morning. So yeah, I can see some things that are going on with my body, but I'm also trying to eat right as well. I got vegetables, I told you guys, with my garden. So I got a concoction that I made up of collard greens and mustard greens. I made like a soup because I have no teeth. So I made like a soupish type of dish, season it, olive oil, garlic, whatever, and it's like a soup. It looks like a pea soup. So I eat that every other day. Make sure I got some green, take my vitamins, etc. But anyway, I'm getting ready to get out of here. I just wanted to talk to you guys about that. So I'll let you guys know about what's going on a dating site. But at the end of the day, yeah, if you go on this dating site, just be careful because everybody is not out here to help you. Yeah, everybody's not out here to help you. And there are a lot of people out here just want to get what you got or whatever, play on you. So take your time, evaluate it. And when I really get serious with that one special person, I might even hire a private detective because I can always, you can always go online and pull up a person's information, especially if they got a record. So you'll need to see they driver's license, ID driver's license. If you can't show, driver's license, ID driver's license, he may not even be legal. You see what I'm saying? So certain things as a person, you need to check that shit out. And I'll find out who he is because once you get a driver's license, you can go online and check to see who that person really is. And his record, all that shit will come up. Hell, he could be a damn pedophile. And in this area that I live, of course, I pulled that shit up before I moved over here to see where the pedophile houses are at. And they got pedophiles that live, a couple miles, a mile and a half from here. They can't live close to schools and stuff like that, but they gotta have a place to live too, okay? But just fucking not next to me. I don't want to be bothered with that shit, okay? They wouldn't want me anyway because they pedophiles. They like little. But a person that does that, you just never know what's on their mind. Just never know. But anyway, let me get out of here. And all the birds chirping and shit. It is a dreary day here in Florida. Oh, let me show you this look. I told you the tarp. Let me show you. This is the tarp that's on the roof. See right here? You see that tarp right there? It's over here. Okay. This right here, as I told you before, were actually holes in here where I put the rope in, that little hole in the silver. And once I put the hole in there, I just took it and threw the wooden piece on the other side. It flopped on the other side. And then when I got to the other side, I just pulled it over as I made sure that this side was attached down before I pulled it over. So there's a will, there's a way. Don't let nobody tell you what you can't do. When people tell me that I can't do something, that's when I do it. That's one of the reasons that I like Donald J. Trump. Is because they keep saying he can't do something, and he this and he that, and he's making them all out of fucking liars at the end of the day. So, anyway, I'm back. You guys see, I finished that backsplash. Thank God. Finished the backsplash. in the trailer. Thank God for that. I thank God for that. And these are from my garden. These are peppers. See these peppers here? Let me see if you guys can see the pepper. See the peppers right there. But anyway, you guys have a blessed day. I'm getting ready to get out of here.
Thank you.
One love.
What I hit something the other morning, man.